Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is Wednesday, so we've got some woo to throw your way. My buddy Public Awakening is going to join us. So give us a like, share this video, and join us for a woo Wednesday. Be right back. Happy woo to you, Public. How's your Wednesday going?
Happy woo. I'm glad we got our technical difficulties squared away for the moment. I'm doing great, having a great day.
I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today, but yeah, thankfully StreamYard had a live chat and a guy was able to jump on and help me walk through it. So
very cool.
Very kind of weird update. I don't know.
Yeah, I had, like I was saying before, I had an update yesterday on my phone and stuff's been a little weird, but hey, that's par for the course. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the crowd.
Welcome to the new normal.
Yeah, right.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Back to school day today in Jersey.
Oh, is
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, you survived the summer, Super Dad. That's pretty awesome.
That was like a 1.5 year long summer. I'm just gonna say that didn't stop. Holy cow. But yes, I'm glad and sad all at the same time. We have some restrictions here, face diapers, and yeah. But I'm hoping it doesn't hold that long. There seem to be getting a little lax already. We had our big town. It's a small town here, so we have once a year we have a big town day here, and it's they close off all the street for about 1.5 miles, and all the vendors come out, and there's businesses, little home businesses too, all up and down on the side of the road, which is really nice.
I love that.
There was
so you have your Main Street, your Bet on Main Street Day.
Yeah, several thousands of people, lots of thousands of people there, thousands and thousands of people, and you only saw a very small percentage of them wearing their thing, and it was just kind of ironic thinking that like 2 days later everyone's going to be in the building again with all these. I mean, like, what's the point? Come on. Where's the common sense at this point?
No, but common sense is out the window for sure.
I sent you the funniest meme the other day. I wonder
if I can find it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll find it. Well, you could probably find it. I'll find it quick. It was a kid. I just want to show it's very,
the little cranky face kid.
Yeah, it was just very timely. Here it is. Here, I'll put it up on mine quick if you just want to have everybody read it quick.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah.
Come on, that's just funny. That's just funny.
It's pretty funny. For sure.
Think about it, people. Use your brains here. Use your brains. But
there's a lack of brain usage.
I have a hard time. It's a thing of mine. It's my little pet peeve here in Jersey. People, with the diapers on in the car by themselves with the windows up. I'm torn between feeling sorry for them and respecting their right to do so.
Right.
It's like it is one's right to, I don't know, maybe they have somebody who they believe passed away from it. Maybe it was a family member. Maybe, they believe everything, but it's a weird, sticky situation for us. Do we keep pushing, trying to wake up, or do we just let the people have their peace of mind?
Well, I think you do both.
I find myself fighting less and less, though. I find myself fighting less and less to show people what they're not seeing. And
the information's definitely out there. And I'm actually writing an article for Token Magazine when I go out to Park City, Utah with Ben for the event at the college there. One of the things they asked was that I write an article for this magazine. And so I'm talking about like us finding our, that it's time for us to take our personal responsibility. If you want your freedom and, we believe in sovereignty and freedom, then we have to take personal responsibility for our safety, for our finances, and for our health. Yeah. And so that means you have to do the work. You have to do the research, and you have to ask the questions, and you have to, find out and learn about your body, do, the things that you did to get yourself well and find alternative.
You don't do that though. When I agree, but like me, unfortunately, you got to hit bottom first with a lot of this stuff. Wow. And that's a perfect example. I went through the traditional medical route for years. I did everything they said. I got every treatment they said. I took every pill they said. I took every injection they said. I got all the tests they said, and I got nowhere. And it wasn't until I couldn't wake up in the morning without popping a pill just to be able to stand up straight that you say to yourself, my stomach is bleeding. It's like, come on. Where is this going to go? When's it going to stop? At some point, you got to smack yourself around in the face a little bit and say, hey, put your foot down and take a stand somewhere. I couldn't follow that path anymore. It wasn't treating me well. It wasn't treating my body well. It wasn't treating my family well. It's.
And then also, we are freedom lovers. And to truly love freedom, you have to respect that other person's freedom too. And if their choice is to believe the mainstream media and not to do the work, then you have to leave them in that too.
Right.
What's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
And at some point, you have to respect someone's decision to not do the research and to choose to be apathetic. And then you have those boundaries in life, and you say, you know what, I respect your decision. And then I'm going to have a boundary. And I'm going to have, my help and my resources are within this. You didn't want to do the research, then I'm really sorry that then you face those consequences, and you won't escape that. That's, the ultimate thing on the other side of that. So
that is true. That is very
that's
true.
what we're all going to face those consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So
one way or another, everything we do good and bad has consequences, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So not General Flynn. Yes. Joseph Flynn.
The brother. The general brother. Is that the one? Right.
The general's brother. Yeah.
Who is also a general. Right.
Oh, he's also a general himself, I guess. Yeah. But not the general.
Not the General Flynn.
He made a tweet yesterday that said, "Big day coming tomorrow. Heads up." And then just a few hours ago, and at first it wouldn't let me post it, so I don't know if it's still out there. There's a couple tweets I want to share with you guys.
Is that the brother or the son?
I thought it was a brother.
I thought the brother was older. That guy, I know he has a son. I just don't remember the son's name, but
oh yeah,
Westwood's videos have been great lately. So although they never show up on my feed, and I don't get notifications for. You really got to go hunt for Westwood's videos, but check out Westwood's videos here on YouTube. He's always putting out a couple, sometimes 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Usually 2 minutes and 20 seconds, typically.
Right. The last few, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last few have been a little longer on his ranting. But check him out lately. He doesn't get enough views for the information that he's putting out there. It's a shame they're really working to hide him, but alas, they are.
So then this information came out, which we have been waiting to hear. And of course, this is trying to be covered up. Arizona candidate for Secretary of State says that he calls for Arizona to decertify. They have a duty to act. And the, let's see.
Wow, that last line up there is something 96K ghost Vs.
Yeah. So this, the report, the results are out. The Arizona canvassing results are out. And I put this out for my Patreon first, and the full reports are out there. You guys can go check that out. But I think this was the big bomb. Then Flynn, brother or son, I think it's a brother, but whatever, posted that yesterday. So a few days ago, I had this super vivid dream. My oldest sister, who passed from a brain tumor, never talks to me. She'll bring Mia sometimes, but she will never talk to me in dreams. And this was we had this one dream, and I was telling my mom about it, and it was like super vivid. And I don't want to share too much about that one because that one was pretty personal, but then it reminded me, I was like, oh, Mom, did I tell you about the one the other day? And public, I had told you about this one where like the military filled the sky with planes. And to me, it wasn't really about that it was planes, but it was that the military was in control. They were making a show to make it super obvious that they were in control. And it was something about I was looking for Trump everywhere, but I couldn't see him because I thought, oh, this is what's going on. It's about Trump coming back or us finding out that he should be the one, that he won or whatever. But I couldn't see him. And so then I was like looking, and all of a sudden we're like looking down this field, and I wanted to say it was called or we were told to go to, or we were going to the field of God, or it was called the field of God. I don't really know, but it was like almost like a sports arena or a
field
complex
of dreams.
or not like a baseball thing. It felt more like a big soccer or but bigger than a soccer place. I don't know. I can't even explain it, but like this big field.
Sports complex. Okay.
Yeah. And there was like this long table with these, looked like generals to me, with these big chairs, and they were all like down there. And then there was like some kind of, I don't know, bench or stand or wall, and they were all like signing these things, and they were having this ceremony and they were all like signing like pieces of leather or these different things. And this one general like took his coat off, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna donate this to memorialize this event. And he took his jacket off and like put the jacket up on the not altar, but I can't explain it, this thing. And it was to memorialize this new beginning. And I was, so in the dream, I could tell it was a dream, but I was getting like a message. And so I like stopped myself from leaving or going on to the next thing. And I asked when it was going to happen. And I heard very clearly that it was 9/9. And I assumed that it was going to be 9/11, because where we are and what's going on and all that. And I heard 9/9. And then today, and the reason I'm bringing this up is just in case this ends up happening, I wanted this documented that I had this really vivid dream. There was, I guess, MonkeyWorks came out with some statement that there was, and I don't know if you guys have heard about this, anybody in the chat, you might give us some more information if you know something about this. But apparently HSBC, JP Morgan Chase received a letter from the US Treasury directing the banks to release the funds presently held on account. This is taking place this week. All SKR holders, I don't know what that means. I sent a message to. I
got you. Go ahead.
Okay. And it says 12:55 p.m. He said the transitions this week referred to by blah, blah, blah. So the transition is this week. And then it says, in just a few hours, everything changes. You should get some good rest tonight, which is Wednesday. Tonight, they, deep state, won't rest well after tomorrow, Thursday, September 9th. So I'm like, is this the transition? Is that what my dream was about? Is the new beginning?
Interesting. The SKRs have generally been referred to as part of the their RV or the revaluation. It's been tied to like the Zimbabwe dollar being revalued and the Iraqi dinar being revalued, and there's supposedly like these different tier levels, tier 3, tier 4B, and I think that's got something to do with that. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know the account. I don't know the person. It smells a little bit like part of that RV group where like, give me your money and we'll give you 800 numbers and we're going to call in to go into the banks and trade our dollars in. I'm not really sure what's up with that. I just don't want anybody to get too excited about that. I've seen the wording has been used in not so good ways in the past. Like a
scam?
Almost. Yeah. You know, they say we don't even know what's a scam these days. The whole world is a freaking scam.
Everything is a scam.
More of a scam, less than a scam. But yes, it's been SKR holders has always kind of been referred to in that sort of scammy context. So just, you know, we just need to pay mind to where we're reading this from. But generally Code Monkey, I believe, has some different understanding of things that are pretty. Okay.
So I have not verified this, that Code Monkey said this or not. Everybody needs to do their own research on this. None of this is financial advice, just to make sure we're taking care of everybody that's hearing this. I'm just like, I know the dream that I had the other night, and then I think it'll be really interesting with the information that came out today through about what's going down in Arizona, and if that has been, you know, if that comes out, and if the military does show themselves tomorrow, like, I think that for me personally, that's a lot of validation that the universe was sending me some messages. This other part, I don't know if this is part of, because to me, this is all about the reset as far as getting the power, which has been money or
that is the context. Money. Yes, that is the context that this has always been a part of. So
right,
yes,
they've had power because they've had money,
right?
And so getting the power out of their hands, like it's all gonna fall at the same time in my mind. And so anyway, I just think it's kind of interesting seeing this all together. So
funny, I'm reading here.
Another hint. You know how we went through that History Channel several times where we would see those weird like messaging things?
Oh, I had a good one the other day I sent you.
Oh, I don't remember. You and I send way too many things to each other. More like constantly texting each other. There was, let me see. This was, so while I'm questioning all these things, well, I think I'm going to have to just share this whole thing. This is what comes out while I'm going to have to make this bigger. Let's see, can I make it bigger? This, so while I'm questioning everything, I'm sending this to my mom, and it says David and Goliath, the History Channel. In History Today, it says, what does it say? I can't even hardly read it. I'll have to pop my glasses on. Carved from a single block of Italian Carrara marble that had been rejected by other artists for being flawed, massive statue depicts a new David, biblical hero who used his slingshot to slay the giant Goliath. Michelangelo, 12,000-pound masterpiece was unveiled to the public in Piazza della something else. I don't even know what. Hashtag this day in history in 1504. So did we just slay the giant? Is that what happened today? And tomorrow we'll know? I don't know.
I like it.
I like it.
We'll find out. I'm not going to lie. I like that. Very interesting.
So today's woo-woo day. So I'm telling you guys my dreams and my woo-woo thoughts and all these crazy things, all my what ifs.
I like it. I do. So we're always sending, actually you send way more of your History Channel stuff. I don't get it usually. I don't get usually cool things like you seem to get. I don't get the same advertising on mine. I'm not sure what it is, but I got a really good one the other day on my news feed in 3 in a row. it was the first
Well,
one was
too big.
here. The first one was an article about going from 3D to 4K. So it was like 3D to 4D. I kind of made that
That one was
connection
really
there,
cool.
right? And then right below it, it was Matrix Resurrections, red pill, blue pill stuff, and then right below that, it was Bitcoin stuff. I've never got a coincidence of things like that all in a row.
And that 3 in a row, that's pretty cool.
3 in a row, yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting. Like in sequential order too, which was kind of stuck out to me about that. But you know, maybe we're just crazy. I don't know.
We might be. I don't know. No, really, really interesting. But some of it is not, like, although some of it is woo-woo or putting things together, that's also critical thinking. That's taking things in your environment and saying 1 + 1 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what am I seeing? I'm seeing this at Gateway Pundit, that this information is coming out in Arizona, and this guy who's a candidate for Arizona Secretary of State that's calling for decertification, you know, of the electors. And we're seeing, you know, what Flynn's son is saying is happening the next day. And we're seeing, you know, that's where we've got to start asking questions, and we've got to start taking personal responsibility for our own safety, health, and financial well-being. And we've got to start making those choices. And we can't sit around and after this all blows apart and go, oh, poor me. And I didn't know this was happening. There's all kinds of clues out there. There's information out there. You know, you can see what's going on if you choose to look.
Right.
You know,
Agreed.
If you don't choose to look, then don't play the victim later. You know, that's the one that I don't have a lot of sympathy for. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know, again, freedoms, right? I need to learn to respect somebody's right to be passive. I don't want to. Yeah. That's much better than arrogant. Ignorant. Sorry, arrogant. Close. I usually throw those words around one and then the other when I'm upset about something somewhere. But, yeah, that was
passive is a nicer way to say it.
Yeah.
But it's also can be dangerous. You know, like I said, I have a friend that has chosen, they don't like listening to the news because it upsets them. But then they are choosing, so they turn off the news, but then they're choosing to go to a location that could really put them in danger. But they don't want to watch the news about that location because it might upset them. Like,
why go somewhere that's going to upset you? I don't know.
Well, it just is insane to me. That's like saying, like, I don't want to turn on the weather because I don't want to know if it's raining or not, because but then being pissed off that you didn't put a coat on, right, and it's dumping rain on your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to be upset about it. All you had to do was open the window and look and see if it was raining. I don't want to open the window because I don't want to know. But then you go outside and you're mad because you're soaking wet.
Right. Like, I am not changing my good dress, although it might rain today. I just won't look at the weather.
I just won't look. And I'm going to pretend. But yeah, like, it's right. Like, I can't wrap my brain around that thought. That mindset. But
it is
Jenny Alicia, you're so sweet. She said, I turn off the news and I turn on Lisa.
Nice.
Sweet friend. We have a great group.
We do.
Shout out I'm really thankful. Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I have a few just interesting headlines that caught my attention over the last couple of days. You want to go through a few?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, first of all, half the people now are saying Bitcoin's about to take a dump, and half the people say it's about to go up. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what to make of this anymore. There was a time when you used to be able to have a good feeling about where something's going in the cryptos, and now it kind of feels like they I don't know. It just feels different. So I don't know. That was just one of the things that I've been trying to track lately and follow around where these prices are going and stuff.
So in my opinion, now that we're into institutional money is in, you have to remember these big companies have institutional money. It's on their balance sheet of their businesses, and that the amount of money that they have in their businesses, that Elon Musk and Michael Saylor, they can literally move these markets, and they are not going to allow Bitcoin to put their company in a deficit. You will never see Bitcoin below, on a safe bet, I'll say 20 grand ever again.
20 or 30.
I would say probably never 30 again, but I would safely say never 20 again, because that is an asset on their balance sheet of their company. So like people saying it's going to take this big dump, I mean, it's just, I don't see it happening ever again.
Yeah. Okay. That puts it into perspective. It's tough to, I've been in this a little while, and I still get, swayed or emotional and sometimes with it. Most of the time I just let it all go and say whatever.
I mean, I guess it's perspective of what you call a dump too. Like if Michael Saylor says to him, well, I bought most of mine at 30 something, and they can do some things and buy their own Bitcoin back and get it to take a tank down to 30, and he needs a buying opportunity to buy another couple hundred Bitcoin, then they might be able to move the market and do something like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's perspective there too. Like, how did
we get this to happen though? This is the part I'm confused about. Maybe you could actually clear this up for me. How did we get to the point where a large company, no matter how much money they have, can affect the blockchain? Are these actual, are they doing it with, are they manipulating it or have the ability to manipulate it? But are they doing it on blockchain, or is this the other markets that are then jacking up the Bitcoin prices? Is this the Wall Street markets?
Oh, good point. So is it really the blockchain, or is it the exchanges?
Right.
That's a good point, because Bitcoin Ben had told me told me, like he only talks to me when he's he's on the video. It feels like he's talking to me. We do have our long car rides, and we have another one coming up here soon. But he was talking about how a lot of the exchanges share volume,
right?
And so a lot of the volumes are manipulated there too. So I don't know, some of that could be part of that too. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I would like to find out. I would like to learn about that a little more. I thought unless it was on blockchain, price shouldn't matter. So I almost kind of feel like we're into the same situation where we are with silver, where there's the physical silver price and the Wall Street price. So. I think that's what we're doing. I don't know how we access the physical Bitcoin price rather than the exchange prices. I think that's all we really have, the availability for is the exchange, Coinbase or Gemini or whatever you're using. Not all that many, well, some, but not many, not the majority of the people are buying OTC or, something like that. But I know, when you buy from Gemini or when you buy from Coinbase, that's not a blockchain transaction. So if these companies, Elon Musk or Michael Saylor's companies, if they want to mess with the price, it would just be on an exchange, right? So we're kind of back at that silver thing now, where they could dump 1,000, tons of silver onto the paper market and affect the price that the actual real asset goes for.
I've never thought about it, to be honest, but I think you have a point there. Because
did we lose control? Did we lose control of prices set by blockchain transactions? But it's not anymore. It doesn't feel to me like it is. It feels like every exchange in the world sets the price now. I don't know. That's something I need to learn. I need to learn more about. You stole Westwood's dog? What's up with that?
No. We have matching dogs. But she's being very whiny and needy. So,
does she eat turnips too?
No, she only eats her dog food.
You should try some turnips. Apparently, they're really good to keep your dogs young and spry.
I'm afraid to let her eat anything but her own dog food.
Another funny or A funny headline I ran into today was that the Taliban paints over their large George Floyd mural in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Why do they have a George Floyd?
I don't know, but they painted over it.
Afghanistan.
But they painted over it.
Where's the one here that got hit by lightning?
There was one that was they've been getting destroyed. There was one that was hit by lightning. There was one that was painted over under an underpass where they just painted over part of it or something like that. Yeah, they're kind of taking these things down. I mean, even the bad guys are realizing that was kind of not what it was actually supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I don't know. How long do you try and push these things? Another curious one I found here was I sent you a link to this. I don't know if you had a chance to do anything with it. Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York City, in the glorious coast of California over here. He wants to ban running from a storm.
I saw that.
I thought that was interesting. He literally wants to set a travel ban in. Let's say when a hurricane comes in, he wants to set a travel ban and then have it sitting there. And then if he wants people to stay off the roads, he's just going to put a travel ban in effect and not let people travel to try and get out of the way ahead of time from a storm. Now, this last storm here in Jersey, we didn't know. Came in the middle of the night. Nobody knew. We woke up, we're like, what happened? Why is there 4 feet of water in the front yard? We had no idea. But I found that kind of funny. Maybe another one of those things in the news. The mayor of New York City wants to literally ban running from a storm, and what's coming to get everybody? The storm. It's just kind of curious. It's just the curious thing,
It's very odd.
I
really don't understand that.
I thought that was pretty.
And
weird.
Typically they're like trying to get people to leave. Like in Louisiana, they were telling people like, you need to leave, you need to emergency evacuation. And then at some point they issue, another statement and they say at this time, if you haven't left at this time, you're on your own, and they will not be sending out emergency, support. There are no ambulances until the winds die down. There will be no fire trucks. There will be no emergency support. So for him to say, I'm going to put a travel ban when a storm is coming. Yeah. It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. That was a crazy one. I didn't really know what to make of that one. Are they talking about the storm that our POTUS talked about? And who knows? I like the sound of it though. I don't really know what to make about that. And maybe another one of those History Channel tip-offs or something like that. Who knows? Did you see the blue lightning again this time in Mexico?
Yeah, I sent you
the earthquake.
Yeah, I sent you the tweet this morning with but I don't think was my understanding that was electrical. That was not lightning necessarily. That was electrical grid stuff popping off.
That's what they said in New York City while they had the big tower of blue light during Project Bluebeam, or what was that? The Tesla one, where they electrified the ionosphere from the ground and it turned everything blue. This was a sort of recent one in New York City that they did, that they also said was a power station blowing up. But if you watch that video, there are many, many, many blue flashes, all from different places. Now, it does seem to be sped up a little bit, but have you ever seen one of those transformers blow up? Have you ever seen an electrical transformer blow up?
No.
I have. They go on, and first of all, they're never blue. They're always yellow, right, and white, right? It's not a blue beam, or at least the ones I've seen. And they sit there and they zap and they blow up for a while. What it looked like on that video was just one-offs, just pop, 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 all over the place.
So the lightning that I sent you is nowhere in it goes right to my show with Sean yesterday. It's nowhere on my Twitter feed now. And I know that let me see if I can find it in my, did I just screenshot it to you? Oh, I can't get it on my computer anyway because I can't.
Which one you got?
Ah, frustrating.
Which one was that?
The Mexico. I was going to try to show everybody the picture of the
Let me see if there's an actual
lightning.
Picture. Yeah, it was blue because it was funny. Last week on our show I mentioned how the storms were really weird around here and there was blue lightning everywhere. It was just really weird. And then we see this video coming out from Mexico now where there's, what they say is it had to be 100 power transformers all blowing up at the same time. I don't know. I'm just saying, it doesn't sound kosher, but who knows? What do I know? I'm just some schmuck who plays somebody on the interwebs.
Okay, I'm going to try to send this to my computer. Oh, I have to undo it.
There's a new variant of our favorite pandemic going around now.
Yes.
In addition to Delta and Lambda, now we have Mu. It sounds like. See, I just heard that. Was that weird? It kind of reminds me of. What was that movie? Was it Nerds? Was that the name of that? What was the name of that movie? With the college kids and they all had.
I know what you're thinking of.
Why can't?
Because they're Greek letters. So that's why I sent you that screenshot. I don't know. Sometimes you can't see pictures that I send you, but they had named all of the variants months ago. It came out from that picture that I sent you.
Revenge of the Nerds, Trini Man says it. Thank you, brah.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds. Yes. Yeah, you got Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. You got Omega Mu. Those were like the two those were like the what was it like the fat chicks and the dorks. I think that was like their.
Yes. So Johns Hopkins from the Economic World Forum. That was another thing. Hold on, I'll pull that up.
Blind Dave got it. That's hysterical. Lambda, 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 and Omega Mu. And then they do that song. That is the most epic song that they did on stage, though, that they had to win the talent show with. I'm just saying. I still, whenever that comes on, dan, 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 and it's like, come on, how could you just not get going to that?
Musical talent of public. Okay, so this came out early on during the Great Infection, and I had somebody send this to me. I don't even remember who, but this is Johns Hopkins University World. I texted you this earlier today. See how you don't get stuff from me? And they already have the dates.
Look at that.
When it's expected, they have the names. And here's Mu is expected February 2022. So it's a little early.
Huh.
But this is World Health Organization, World Economic Forum. Why does the World Economic Forum care so much about?
And the next one, I think, is the World Health Organization.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so I could see naming different variants of something that come out before they happen. Like, they name a full season of hurricanes and tropical storms before they happen. They have a full list. Sure. But they don't put dates. They don't know when the hurricanes are going to hit. So how do they? What's up with that? They know. They say they know when it's going to hit. I mean, so basically, it looks to me like we've gone from the war on drugs during Reagan to the war on terrorism during whatever one of those Bushes. Who really started that? I guess it was Papa Bush almost, but Poppy Bush. And now we got the war on the pandemic. This is just another never-ending war. When we all, we're all a part of it. But yeah, war on drugs, war on terrorism. What did the war on drugs ever end? No, we still have Rockefeller laws in New York City that are putting people away. Actually, recently, I think a lot of those were finally overturned, but they were active for 20, 30 years, where if you got caught with a little bit of marijuana or something like that, you went to jail like 3 times, and you're in jail for life for something that's totally legal now. That war on drugs was played out for 20 years. The war on terrorism started officially, I guess it would be 9/11, right? And then that's been 20 years. So now we got this war on this pandemic. Are they going to try and drag this out another 20 years? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is what it is. There's constantly another war on something now. And that's how they get
And it's
unlimited.
typically the war on the people, you
Right.
know.
Right. The war on
people
terrorism gave us the Homeland Security, Department of Homeland Security, which then took over and superseded just about every other three-letter agency that there is. So what are we going to get out of this now? Are we going to get the passport agency, which is going to, you know, let us go outside on a sunny day or not? Or what's coming? What's coming? Is it being shown so obvious like this? The pandemic. That's right. It's it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. You know, and then I have another sad article that I wrote down here. Rutgers, New Jersey is a state university of New Jersey. It's actually supposed to be a pretty good school. They had banned a student from online virtual classes because they're unjabbed.
That's so insane to me.
Huh? Yeah, it's a Wait a second. All last year, for the last year and a half, my children had to stay home because, you know, to keep it safe and, you know, do all this kind of, you know, scary and everything. But, you know, I don't even know where to start with that one. How do you ban a student who's not even physically going to your school? Isn't that like every single invasion of privacy that there could possibly be? You're not even stepping on their. How? What's up with this? This floored me.
I don't know.
This is I live in Little California. I'm not joking. I live in Little California. This is ridiculous. Because he's unjabbed. He is willing to stay off campus completely. These schools have virtual classes. You can just have a normal virtual class with any of these big universities now. They all offer online schooling in one form or another. You got to get really. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words on that one. I don't even know.
I'm with you. I heard this. I was driving back this morning from teaching my ex how to help Cannon with his assignments this week, and I heard this one, and I could not wrap my brain around it. So floored.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. How does that work? I mean, what's next? Straight out, you're not allowed to work. You're not allowed to go to school, even if you're not actually going to school. So what if you work from home? Can your boss start to do this now if you have a work from home position? Oh no! Even though you're staying home and you're never going to go anywhere, you got to get your pokey.
Well, I think this is why a lot of people are walking off their jobs. You're seeing the military, you know, walking out. You're seeing pilots walking off.
Unfortunately, it seems to be in other countries. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems to be in other countries though. We're not standing up like we should here.
No, I'm seeing a lot of. There's been several articles about, or several tweets and articles about our military walking off. I know, I love Twitter.
I miss Twitter. You're also lucky to be on Twitter. What else do I have here? I guess, you know, whatever happened to my body, my rules? You know, a lot of this is coming back into discussion now with the ruling that happened in Texas recently. So, you know, what about my body, my rules? It goes for one, but not the other.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you got to get your thingy, otherwise you're a secondhand citizen. But
there were some women, and I use that term loosely, protesting that decision on the steps of the Capitol in Austin, and they were saying, no bands on my body, and they were wearing masks. And I was like, you are
they didn't even get it.
The biggest morons I've ever seen. You know, they just didn't even get it. Yeah.
No, that's something, huh?
But if it's their choice to wear a mask, then I guess good for you. Wear your mask.
Yeah, but then the whole hypocrisy things come into play. It's, you know, what? It's like there's no connection to common sense anymore. Maybe that's some of the point of this too, just to show us how screwed up we are as a society. You know, I don't blame them. I don't blame people who do that. They drank the Kool-Aid. They believed, they followed the same path from when they were children, and your parents tell you that there's the tooth fairy, and then their parents tell you there's the, Easter bunny, and then, that the, government's gonna, save you and do everything right for you and is on your side, and a company would never do anything wrong, and a pharmaceutical company would never possibly put out anything that's actually bad for you, because their job is to heal you.
Yeah, you're too dumb to save for your own retirement, so they're going to take money out of, and they're going to decide how much, and they're going to take money out of your paycheck, and they're going to invest it so that then you can trust them. When you're elderly and can't take care of yourself and can't work, then they're going to decide how much you need each month to live on.
They took it from you from your whole working career, and now, my parents just started on that. They're just of the age where they just started that. It's between the two of them put together, they couldn't pay a normal mortgage, and they're both getting the highest rate of each.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So that doesn't leave any money for food. So maybe you get some food. So fail. If they had taken the same amount of money and just at least stuck it under the mattress, you'd still have more. You'd still have more saved if you just literally kept it as is, losing 2, 3, 5% every year in value of cash. But here we are. This is what it is. This is, kind of ties in with this next one I got here. Food stamps are up 25% per month. WIC, the WIC, whatever they call it now. It's not food stamps anymore. It's WIC. Up 25% per month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Where's it coming from?
It's coming from all of our pockets.
Yeah, it is.
Money doesn't come from nowhere. That's
WIC,
Yeah,
the WIC here, I actually never knew what the WIC stood for. I never bothered to look in for it. Women, infants, and children. Yeah, what about men? What about guys? Holy war on America? What's the easiest way to start taking out a war to take out the war on America? Start taking out the guys. Start snipping their cajones. You got to clip them up high. That's from a movie. Figure it out. There's you gotta. I mean, really. So they start with the food. They start with the drugs. They start with the pesticides in the food. Every pesticide in the food you eat immediately turns it, or 90. A lot of them. I'm not gonna. Most pesticides and agricultural chemicals consumed, they actually turn into estrogen in your body. Right. This is why women are becoming, especially dairy. There were studies put out years ago about why 12-year-old girls are developing, breasts, and 11 and 10-year-old girls are developing breasts, and things that wasn't the norm back in the day. So what does it do to a man?
But this has been happening
to a man.
But this has been, it's just being expedited through all that, because if you watch the show from yesterday, Sean was talking about how this guy did this test with mice.
I didn't realize Sean was that deep.
He's really a brilliant guy. Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that deep in the beginning.
He did this. Sean didn't do the test, but this other gentleman did this experiment with mice 50 times with sets of mice, and he watched the destruction of the culture of these mice, and it caused the male mice to become feminine and homosexual and eventually cannibalize, and the female mice to become aggressive, or maybe the female mice cannibalized, and the male mice just become
the female became aggressive,
homosexual. Yeah. And it destroyed their, community or whatever, or their society. And it happened the same thing over and over again. And he said, actually, if you look back in history, if you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, if you look at the Egyptian.
Am I frozen? I'm sorry.
You are totally frozen.
Well, at least it's not that bad of a face. But okay, I just want to make sure you can hear me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, bring you back and bring you back on. No, you're still frozen.
We'll see what happens.
Well, we're almost done. But anyway, it was very interesting. So if you guys didn't see yesterday's show, go check that out. If you didn't see Tuesday, or what was it, Monday night, Economic Ninja came on. We had a really great talk about the economy. You're back. And what's going on with that. And I also shared, he did one about commercial banking on his own channel recently. I shared that on Patreon because we were having a chat about that and some things happening in the market. So really just some good information and things going on with that. Please help us spread the word about the Texas meetup. We still have some tickets there. Need to get those sold. Want to make sure we get to meet everybody there. John Kim will be there. Pimpy will be there. I'll be there. Westwood will be there. Mitch from Campfire Podcast will be there.
I'm about 90% positive I'm going to be there. I'm just about to buy the tickets.
If you are, let me know.
Okay.
For sure.
Airfare is super cheap. It's like $100 and something bucks. So it's
okay.
Yeah.
Because I got an Airbnb for.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I can find a spot for you.
A couch is just fine, thank you.
Oh, well then for sure you can stay with us.
Cool. Okay. Deal. Yeah, I'm
we got one really close
90%.
to the place.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
So just stay
Thank
with
you.
us. That would be awesome. And then it's going to be so much fun. And then we've got the crypto class the next day, and we're going to try to spend as much time as we can with everybody that comes to the event. That for the event, and then I think we're all going to try to there's I guess a bunch of restaurants and stuff all right there at Legacy West. So we'll do like the happy hour with hors d'oeuvres. We have a catering company coming in, and we've got an open bar for the event. So that's included in your ticket price. And then afterwards, we'll probably do a little after party for everybody that comes. So, or whoever can make it. So we'll kind of hang out together. And then the next day we'll have the crypto class, and Westwood's working on some stuff for that. So it's going to be a great weekend. I'm really excited about it.
It sounds like summer camp for cool people. Summer camp for adults. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it does feel like almost like college again when we all get together.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, it's just always a great time. And I feel like I learned so much also like at the event, but then also having conversations with people afterwards, because like somebody's learned something new or working on a project or found out about this thing, or I don't know. I always learn so much. So really great opportunity, and just being around good people too.
Mm-hmm.
So excited about that. Trying to think. Tomorrow, Johnny Litecoin will be back. So we'll have some good stuff to talk about that. I think he's going to be talking more about the Omni stuff going on with Litecoin. There's a lot going on with Litecoin. And of course, he'll be, I'm sure, talking more about DeFi and what's going on with all of that as well. So
got one of my Litecoin shirts on. I'm just saying.
Very nice. Very nice.
I still say a prayer for Litecoin all the time to do good things like the rest of them. Although I can't complain. It's up like 10x from when I got my first one. So
well, and it's just about like we've been talking about Mimblewimble for a while, but with this Omni thing, I mean, that's got smart contracts, NFT. There's this gaming network thing they put out.
I just heard about that today, actually. Yeah, I know nothing about it. I just literally read about it today.
It's a huge deal, and it just kind of like sprang up on a life on its own. And then Rob D tweeted out one of Charlie Lee's old tweets from like 2017, where Charlie Lee was talking about that, and I was like, how was Charlie Lee talking about Omni in 2017, and then nobody's really been talking about it? But I guess it was in development. It was one of those things, you know, and everybody always busts Charlie's chops about, oh, he sold at the top, but he's been committed to and helping with development or investing in development. He's never given up on Litecoin. So I just think people, haters gonna hate. You know what
Bix had always said back in the day that Charlie is so set, he didn't need to sell Litecoin to make money. And supposedly there's a rumor that whatever was sold and whatever was gained from it went right back into the Litecoin Foundation. I don't know how much of that's true, but he used his share to help he used his part to help finance future you know, with donations to the Litecoin Foundation. I'm not sure how true it is, but I like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think he's a really good human. I've met him in person several times, and he's just a really humble, solid, good human. So
Agreed. Very nice guy.
I'd stick up for him anytime. So anyway, love to you guys, and thanks, Public, for joining me once again, and we will see you guys next time on The New Normal. Take care.